This is the Movie Channel. All movies 24 hours a day. The heart of Hollywood beats on with George C. Scott as a gangster retired to a fishing village, but he decides to undertake one last fatal job. Trish Vanderveer and Tony Musante co-star in The Last Run, next on the Movie Channel.
The Movie Channel will win your heart all February long with a different movie every night at 9, 8 Central, plus special festivals you'll fall in love with.
What do I do now? Be cool. Be what?
Meryl Streep and Robert Redford star in a sweeping love story that won 7 Academy Awards.
When the gods want to banish you, they answer your prayers.
Out of Africa premieres Sunday, February 1st. Then, nightmares and werewolves haunt this adult Grimm's fairy tale.
The wild beasts know no mercy. They wait for us in the wood, in the shadow. And once you put a foot wrong, they pounce.
Angela Lansbury stars in The Company of Wolves, premiering Sunday, February 1st. Daredevil Brian Brown is a whiz at special effects until he becomes the target.
You've got a dangerous sense of humor, mate.
What's the matter? Forget why you hired me.
FX premieres Sunday, February 8th. Robin Williams and Kurt Russell are 2 zeros who get a second chance to be heroes.
I'm having a ball.
The Best of Times premieres Saturday, February 14th. See the leading ladies who make the silver screen come alive with their presence. Leading Ladies Week, February 15th through 19th. Then on Saturday, February 21st, pull on your cowboy boots and saddle up for an all-day Western marathon.
You're about to get my dander up.
Shucks, partner, I wouldn't josh you about a bang-up good time. Then on Sunday, February 22nd, the Movie Channel spotlights one of America's most beloved actors, Jack Lemmon.
My name is my personality. It's my dignity.
It's a triple treat, including the exclusive premiere of Macaroni. Don't miss the Jack Lemmon Festival. And on Wednesday, February 25th, see a sensitive, touching love story, Parting Glances, a distinctive American original. Join hosts Robert Osborne and Michelle Russell, plus special guest hosts for the movies and the festivals you won't want to miss. It's all part of February on the Movie Channel.
The Movie Channel talks with comedian Richard Lewis.
My mother, she meant harm. I mean, she meant well, but she's I don't know. She's a great woman in her own mind, and she tries to come through for me. You know, once a year on the holidays, she comes through and she sends me frozen Passover meals and frozen Thanksgiving meals because I can't come home. So I just send her my 8x10 and she glues it on the back of a club chair. I am doing a show now, we start in February, called Harry with Alan Arkin, working with an idol. I mean, it's really frightening. I mean, the first couple of days, I just couldn't help polishing those boots, bringing him fruits and vegetables unnecessarily. The guy's like a guru. He's the greatest. I didn't know Dr. Kendall let you use his beach house.
Well, he didn't in so many words. Okay. I guess that's it.
Listen, Harry, this being your last day and all, we wanted to throw you a little party.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
But they left me in charge of it, and I don't know. Just didn't happen.
I understand.
And so we decided to give you like a little going-away gift instead.
Oh.
Well, nothing big, just something to show you how we, feel about you.
Thank you.
But that didn't come together either. I did the I'm in Pain special last year, and thank God I'm still in pain, which is very good for me. But I'm doing another thing for Showtime, a movie with some concert stuff in it called No Life to Live, and it's a love story that sadly has no love in it. If you have, you have to get some kind of professor from USC to put it under a microscope. Is there love? Did I see love? No. There's no love. There's a lot of women in it, a lot of love, a lot of sex, and yet it's devoid of love. So it's
Richard Lewis, one of this month's guest hosts on the Movie Channel.
A love story without love.
This weekend, the Movie Channel brings you different and exciting movies every night. Beginning on Friday, she was a divorcee, a single mother, a lonely woman. Then a man drifted through, and the only person who knew he was trouble was the firstborn, starring Terry Garr and Peter Weller. On Saturday, the Movie Channel presents the F. Scott Fitzgerald classic, The Last Tycoon. Robert De Niro stars as a brilliant movie mogul whose obsessions for a woman put his entire empire in jeopardy. Then, She used to be a hotshot journalist. Now she's gone suburban and she's very bored. But when her dentist is murdered, she's back on the job and hot on the trail of the killer who wants her to be the next on his hit list.
Die, worm.
Susan Sarandon and Raul Julia star in Compromising Positions. On Sunday, his adoptive parents thought Daryl was a bit unusual and rather talented, but they had no idea that the government has top secret plans for Daryl. For a weekend filled with exciting movies, the Movie Channel is the only place to be.
I'm Tess Harper, and it's my pleasure this month to be your guest host for the Movie Channel's new feature, The Critics' 10 Best. See the films the critics raved about every Thursday night at 11, 10 Central, right here on the Movie Channel.
Tim Conway has got his eye on the big time.
Got one more card, Madge.
Your life is one more card.
He's got a hot tip on a horse that he happens to know won't miss.
I say we all put in 50 big ones apiece.
It's the only stiff I know that calls $1 a big one.
But they're going to need a lot more than 50 big ones to cash in on this race.
I think we ought to go to DeFranco.
Are you crazy? You gonna hook us up with him? You're looking to get your kneecaps busted?
You boys want some calamari.
Will they lose more than their shirts?
Help me! I'll stop him from betting.
7 to win.
Tim Conway, Jonathan Winters, Ted Wass, Jack Weston, and Harvey Korman star.
You boys got a problem?
In The Long Shot on the Movie Channel.
Tomorrow, the winner of 7 Academy Awards. Compositionally masterful, Out of Africa moves with carefully modulated visual rhythms, quotes The Hollywood Reporter. Newsweek comments, director Sidney Pollack has finally brought Out of Africa to the screen. It was well worth the wait. In the words of the director, there were nights sitting in front of the tent and hearing those exotic sounds of animals on their night rituals when you realize that this is where it all started. If there was a Garden of Eden, this was it. Said Richard Schickel, Out of Africa is the free-spirited, full-hearted gesture that everyone has been waiting for.
There are some things worth having, but they come at a price.
Robert Redford and Meryl Streep star in the Oscar winner for Best Film of 1985, Out of Africa. Premiering Sunday, February 1st at 5 p.m. Central on the Movie Channel.
I'm Tess Harper, and it's my pleasure this month to be your guest host for the Movie Channel's new feature, The Critics' 10 Best. See the films the critics raved about every Thursday night at 11, 10 Central, right here on the Movie Channel.
This is the Movie Channel's feature presentation. This film has been rated PG by the Motion Picture Association of America.
A young girl's dreams become reality, and our darkest fantasies come true.
Whoa!
Beneath civilized exteriors beat murderous hearts.
Was it a wolf or a man you killed?
When I killed it, it was a wolf. It turned into a man.
And a nightmare of overwhelming horror.
Once you stray from the path, you're lost entirely. And once you put a foot wrong, they pounce. There.
Granny says wolves might not always be what they seem.
What have you done with my granddaughter?
Nothing she didn't want.
But will this frightful nightmare never end? Angela Lansbury and Sarah Patterson star.
Only my companions, darling. I love the company of wolves.
The Company of Wolves on the Movie Channel.
Coming soon.
Coming soon on the Movie Channel. Coming soon on the Movie Channel.
Hi, and welcome to this edition of The Heart of Hollywood. 31-year-old Jeff Daniels took up acting when he realized he wasn't cut out for his dad's lumber business in Michigan. He began his acting career in off-Broadway theaters in New York, and within the past 5 years, he's become a well-known face on the screen. Some of you trivia mavens might remember him as the cop in Ragtime or with Sissy Spacek and Marie, which will, by the way, be on the Movie Channel soon. But Jeff Daniels is probably best known for his wonderful supporting role as Deborah Winger's faithless husband, Flap, in Terms of Endearment. But now Jeff Daniels is playing leading roles, and his newest one, a film called Something Wild.
Hey! Hey! Hey, you didn't pay for your lunch.
What?
You didn't pay your bill, big boy.
Oh, sure I paid, didn't I?
The check's in your pocket.
This is just, I got a lot of things on my mind, business.
Jeff Daniels plays a New York businessman who seems conservative. But when he is virtually kidnapped by a free-spirited young woman, played by Melanie Griffith, the businessman doesn't act so businesslike.
He's a closet rebel. He's just, that's Charlie getting thrills. It's a big, exciting, adrenaline-flowing thing to walk out on a $3.25 lunch tab.
Which way are you going? I'll give you a ride.
Well, don't you have to go back to work?
I don't work there.
Wait, what's all this business about the check?
Are you coming?
It's just I gotta go by the bank, and then...
Because of his circumstances in the film, which won't give away, he goes with it. She is so beautiful, and she just looks at him. And I said to Jonathan Demme when I read it, I said, I don't know why he gets in the car at the top of the movie. I don't know why in New York this guy who's late for coming back from lunch would get in the car with this girl. Yes, to take him back to the office, but you don't do that. But then he says, well, wait until you meet Melanie Griffith. Fine, okay, great. So we meet and we read the scene and I get in the car. I want to do something different. And I have, I think, been able to do something different each time out. I'm not interested in being a personality actor who is the same, who rehearses for 4 weeks and then once again comes to the conclusion that the character is exactly like himself, I don't think that's very challenging. For me, it isn't. I've always tried to get guys that, to go from like a Terms of Endearment to a Marie, the Tennessee lawyer, ID bracelet thing, the accent, to a Purple Rose, to a Harvey, everybody gets in a little different. Coming up next, I think I'll do something very serious. When the movie was over and we stopped shooting, I went home and I threw away all of my blue shirts with the white buttons and the button-down collars, all my chino pants, and I had a pair of topsiders. I just in the garbage. True, it's true.
Hey, that shirt there, what happened? What? Shirt. Oh, it's, I'm prone to nosebleeds, so, yeah, let's, tell you what, let's put a shirt on. Put a shirt, all right? Okay. And, how about a hat? You got it. Okay. Right here for you. And, you have any trousers?
Trousers? No trousers. How about some shorts?
Shorts?
Yeah.
And what's also true is that Jeff Daniels has given up the straitjacket of city living for a place that is a better fit.
I lived in New York for 10 years and never fell in love with it. Lived in Los Angeles for 7 months, and that wasn't it either. So my wife and I and now 2-year-old child went back to Michigan, where we grew up. We have a lot of friends who aren't in the business. And it's interesting because back there, if I'd lived in New York when Something Wild opened, or whatever movie you're doing opens, the world stops. It's a major media event. Back in Michigan, living on a lake, it's just another movie at the mall. The town I live in, I live outside of this small town. A small town has 4,000 people in it, and we live on a lake outside. But I was a star there when I did my first diarrhea commercial in 1977, so it's been, just a parade ever since.
This is Robert Osborne for The Heart of Hollywood. Watch for more interviews and behind-the-scenes stories this month and every month, in between the movies and only on the Movie Channel.
This weekend, the Movie Channel brings you different and exciting movies every night. Beginning on Friday, she was a divorcee, a single mother, a lonely woman. Then a man drifted through, and the only person who knew he was trouble was the firstborn, starring Terry Garr and Peter Weller. On Saturday, the Movie Channel presents the F. Scott Fitzgerald classic, The Last Tycoon. Robert De Niro stars as a brilliant movie mogul whose obsessions for a woman put his entire empire in jeopardy. Then, she used to be a hotshot journalist. Now she's gone suburban and she's very bored. But when her dentist is murdered, she's back on the job and hot on the trail of the killer who wants her to be the next on his hit list.
Die, worm.
Susan Sarandon and Raul Julia star in Compromising Positions. On Sunday, his adoptive parents thought Daryl was a bit unusual and rather talented, but they had no idea that the government has top secret plans for Daryl. For a weekend filled with exciting movies, the Movie Channel is the only place to be.